Good morning, everyone. So we are getting ready to walk. What is our newest walk going to be? So I decided to do a park to park walk. So we are in Seth Low Park. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk up 74th Street until we end the walk at McKinley Park. Right? So there's two parks here. We're going to start off with this park and then ends with another park. Park to park. Looks like everybody's out doing their exercises. I'm doing my exercise, which is walking. So Seth Low Park, we are, where are we located? So Seth Low Park is on, it's like a triangle almost. I don't know if it's really a triangle, but it, visually when I'm looking at the streets, I feel like I'm in a triangle. But we got Bay Parkway in front of us, Avenue P behind us, and 74th Street is in front of us also. We're going to be crossing over there. Get a look at the park here. Some more exercises. I should try joining them sometime. Do like a whole, we could do a YouTube video for an hour where we just dance around with that music. All right, here we are, Bay Parkway. And we need to get across. Oh, perfect, look at that. Got the light. I had that time perfectly, man. All right, we are on 74th Street. So we are gonna walk through two neighborhoods. We are in Bensonhurst now, and eventually we will be in the Dyker Heights section. Now this street, like many streets in Brooklyn, is going to be all residential. Should be quiet. I mean, it's a side street. So side streets are generally quiet streets. And eventually it's going to end when we hit the street, kind of just ends at McKinley Park. Now McKinley Park it's not where 74th Street officially ends. It's just smack dab in the middle over there. And then if you want to continue on, you'd have to cross the park, cross 7th Avenue, I-278. There's an overpass over there, and then you would continue on for a few more blocks until you get to the end. So we are pretty much going to walk almost I'd say 75% of the length of the street. The weather today there's no wind, and it is muggy out. It's damp. We've been having rain on and off all day today, and got some Halloween decorations. Tomorrow is Halloween. Yeah, it's been raining on and off today. Yesterday too, we had a lot of rain. Hopefully it doesn't rain. I did not take my umbrella because I anticipated that we should be rain free during this period. 21st Avenue. We'll kind of zigzag and cross the street and go back and forth, check out both sides of the street. You might hear foghorns in the distance. That's because there is, not too far from here, we are, we're close to the coast, so there's a lot of fog just a couple of miles down. It's clear down here, but when it rains, when we get like heavy rain and stuff, it creates a lot of fog in that area. That's actually my area. I live in Dyker Heights, but I literally live like I could see the ocean from my window. I could see the Verrazano Bridge. So I know when I left a little whiles ago to get into this area, it's foggy down there. And then you get down a few blocks and it clears up like this. So. Looks like we got construction going on, so we're gonna have a little bit of a noise thing going. Looks like we got a Halloween house over here, so we'll kind of get in the street. We'll check it out. Actually, we got two Halloween houses. Look at this. Look at this. Got Pennywise standing over there with a skeleton and a witch. We'll do a real slow look. Oh, look at this. We got a lot of stuff going on in here. This is a pretty cool house. You can see Pennywise right there. With this big skeleton. And the big witch. Here we go. This is 20th Avenue. So yeah, this isn't an official Halloween walk, but if we see some houses along the way, we will definitely stop and take a look. Halloween is tomorrow. Well, if you're watching this, today is Halloween, so there you go. This is playing on Halloween. I'm recording this a day before. A lot of noise though today, I'll tell you. When I started the walk at Seth Low Park, there was a tree chipper. A tree chipper, if I could say that right. It's like a tongue twister. And now we got this guy blowing leaves. We had the construction we just passed, so I'm gonna get across the street. I don't want wet leaves being blown into me. kind of give you all a look at what type of houses are on this block. 74th Street, a lot of these side streets, not just 74th Street, but a lot of these side streets, they tend to change. You know, like if one block will have row houses all attached. Some houses will have one house detached style, you know, where you have one house. Like these are two connected detached. So what you have is you have these two houses detached with driveways on the sides. Some Halloween decorations here. This is a very nice, quiet walk, for the exception of the noise that comes up every once in a while. I just got done talking about noise and I'm saying it's a quiet walk. Alright, so now we're going to get back on that side again. I got a car bearing down on me. I got to go across the street. 19th Avenue. Our final destination is McKinley Park, and that's up on Fort Hamilton Parkway. So we've got a ways to go. So if you look at these houses, you can see these are all bigger. You could have like about, it depends on how they section these buildings out. You could have 6 families in here. You could have like, some of the apartments will have like a front side and a back side. I lived in a house like that. It was actually pretty cool. And it was legal. Sometimes it's not legal, but you can tell it's legal. If you're in the house, right? So if you're in one of these houses and you don't pay like utilities or whatever, chances are that's because, you know, the owner of the home doesn't have it, I guess, legally set up with separate meters and stuff. So, but I lived in a legal, how many families was it? 1, 2, it was a legal 4 family. It was a 2-story, and I lived in the front. There was a front apartment and a back apartment. Eighteenth Avenue. Time's around, I don't know what time it is, it's probably around 10:30 in the morning. So it's, you know, not a lot of people out. Mostly everyone's at work. All you hear is me walking. That's it. And speaking. You can see those houses, those all row houses, all connected on that side. On this side, you got, look at this. So you got either somebody's getting ready early for Christmas, or they never took their decorations down last year. So now people in this neighborhood are going to start, there's some houses that are going to start decorating for Christmas way early, and that's just, for me, that's just too much. So but yeah, there's going to be people that do that. Any houses that you see decorated for Halloween, they'll most likely also decorate, you know, what they'll do. One thing I find here in the Northeast is a lot of people, what they do is they decorate for Halloween, and then Halloween comes and it goes, and then they leave the pumpkins out for November, right? So just like fall style. Some people leave the Halloween decorations up a couple of weeks later, but you'll find that people will also decorate for the upcoming Thanksgiving. But yes, there will be people that decorate for Christmas. Got some nice these stone townhouses. We are at the 17-minute mark, and we are passing 17th Avenue. Look at that. That was another thing I had timed. I'm lying. I didn't time any of this stuff. So we had the traffic light timed at Bay Parkway, and then we had 17th Avenue on the 17th minute timed. So look at these houses. These houses are kind of clustered together. We are about to cross New Utrecht Avenue. We'll be crossing both New Utrecht and 16th Avenue together. This is where they all cross. And yes, we have walked underneath New Utrecht Avenue a couple of times, so if you're interested, it's in my library. Just search for New Utrecht Avenue. You'll find the latest one and the one I did a couple of years ago with the GoPro. So we've done this walk before. And right after that is 16th Avenue. We are getting close to Dyker Heights. Got this car parked right on the corner. It's running. It's a good way to get your car taken. Or you literally walk in there and just drive away with it. We had a lady in my old building when I was living on 21st Avenue. And she literally, I mean, this is not even, it was this quick, man. She got out of the car. She double parked the car right outside the main entrance of the building. She went inside. She ran inside because she had to get a package, right? Because she was working, I guess, in the area, local area, and she decided she wanted to make sure she got the package because it was important. She didn't want the package to get stolen. And this is where the irony comes in. She rushes home, double parks the car to get the package, which was literally right there. Like, you double park, you walk in, get your package, walk out, and she left the car running, and somebody walked right in the car and took the car. Right in front of her. She saw the car speeding away as she turned around with the package in her hand. So this poor woman, not want a package to get stolen, had her car stolen. It was pretty rough. She was crying and everything. Needless to say, I don't know if they ever found the car. This is a nice house. We're walking by a nice house here. Nice little patio. Yeah, like I was saying, I don't know if they ever found her car, but it's pretty rough. Now, houses are going to start changing in this area as we're heading into the Dyker Heights neighborhood. Taking my time, going to Princess Light that's about to change. 15th Avenue. So yeah, we will start to see a drastic change in the types of homes. Now you start to see the bigger, the bigger houses. Some of them, a lot of money. This is a nice house right here. Look at this house. And then the house next to it is nice too. Actually, all these houses are nice. Old townhouse, colonial style, depending on, you know, when they were built. I should walk in the street because there's a lot of nice houses on this block. I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never been on this specific street. Maybe once or twice, but never really looking at the houses. When you're in Berkeley, you're walking around, man, you don't really look at houses, you're just walking around to and from. This is a nice big house right here. And then on this side, you got some nice houses. I don't know if you can hear that, but that is a squirrel squawking. Where is he? I'm trying to find where he is. Oh, there he is. Look, you want to see him? Here. Here he is. Here he is, right here. You see him hanging out right underneath the flag? Look, look. He's right there. He's right underneath the flag. There. All right. Now you should be able to see him. Do you see him? He's like, is he stuck? It looks like he's like. Now, usually when they make that call, that's usually a warning call. So, he's fine though. He's not stuck. He's definitely not stuck. The squirrels use the poles and the wires. If you see all these cables that you see here, they use these like, it's like their roadway. They run along them up and down the streets and go down the poles and up and down the trees. So, he's fine. All right, 14th Avenue. We are officially in Dyker Heights. This is my neighborhood. As a matter of fact, without doxing myself too much, I live literally all the way at the end of this avenue, all the way at the end, where it just ends. Right across the street from the park. Now I am on the, even though this is my neighborhood, this is, I guess you would say, the north side of Dyker Heights. I'm on the south side of Dyker Heights. Now we're going to be passing 13th Avenue. Some more of these houses. Some more noise. This is actually a nice house. Look at this house. Looks like this house over here is getting some renovation construction, so that's why you're hearing some of that noise. And I know I'm neglecting the houses across on the other side, so there's some views of those homes. Thirteenth Avenue. We're getting close to the end of the walk. This is unofficially called Dyker Heights Boulevard. Sometimes you'll see some street signs with that on it. I know there's one right on 86th Street. It's been a while since we did a walk on 13th Avenue. Yeah, I was reading somewhere that The Nightmare Before Christmas is officially 30 years old, I guess. I went to see that movie. In the movie, so that's actually some cool history. So The Nightmare Before Christmas was the last movie I saw in the Lowe's Theater on 86th Street. It was the last one. There you go. I went with a bunch of friends and some of their parents. We went to see it. It was a good movie. When it came out, I believe it came out after Halloween, like a couple of weeks after Halloween, before Christmas. And it was, I love watching that movie. That's a great movie. But yeah, that was the last movie I saw in the Lowe's Theater. Now, the Lowe's Theater didn't close down after that. It was still open for a while, but that was the last movie I saw there. I think the theater closed down while I was in the military. Yeah, these are some streets I've never walked up, so I got my eye on a house that I'm going to be showing everyone in a second. Looks interesting from where I'm standing. Here it is right here, this brick townhouse over here. Interesting color scheme. Let me cross over. They gotta fix that flag though. I do not like seeing my American flag hanging like that, but tend to your flags. There's actually people that used to go around, like real old Navy vets, not Navy vets, military vets. I'm saying Navy because I was in the Navy, but I don't know if they still do that, but there would be like some old-time military vets that would, if they were walking by your house and your flag was displayed the wrong way, they'd knock on the door and they would be very friendly about it. They're going to tell you, hey, you're displaying your flag wrong, or you need to fix your flag. They don't do that, but there would be people sometimes with, like, hey, can you please fix your flag? We're on 12th Avenue. And you can see like how like each intersection we cross, how the houses just, they're always different. So now we got these types of houses. They're detached, full detached, and you got this one. Look at this tree. This is probably a nice, this could be a nice Christmas tree. You know, you put lights on this thing. You got some death hanging from the one in here. We got a really big house coming up in a second. Got some attached townhouses over here. This block's got so many different types of houses. It's like some kid decided to play with his Legos and just started dropping stuff. Didn't matter like what the style was gonna be, just kept going. Like this house right here, right? You got this house that stands out against all the other homes on this block. Oh, look at this house. This is a good Halloween house right here. This is actually cool. It's got a lot of skeletons. This house has skeletons. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Got tombstones and skeletons. Got some dog skeletons in here. Looks like some cat skeletons, a rat. That looks like a rat skeleton right in front of us. Skeleton sitting on a chair up there. See, this was a pretty good walk, I guess. Day before Halloween. Video is you're seeing it on Halloween. th Avenue. We're getting close to the end here. We will get into the park and walk around the park a bit. This block looks interesting. It looks like there's a lot of attached townhouses, like the brick style townhouses. So take a look. We are almost at the end. I can see the park. You might be able to see it too. If you, I don't think you'll be able to see it if you don't know where to look. But if you look center of your screen straight up, you'll see some green right above that person's head that's walking in front of me. That's the park out there. Very quiet up here. Now this next block, I've been on this block because when I used to hang out at McKinley Park, we used to skateboard around here. So this is a block I do know a lot. There are some nice houses on this block. A couple of nice tall houses. Well, you'll see in a second, they have like very high staircases that go up to the house. So I'm going to cross over the street. Actually, you know what? I'll stay on this side. And I'll just go into the street when we get there. Yeah, we used to skateboard on this block a lot. In the 90s, we used to skateboard here. We used to skateboard in the park, by the church. So you got like these condo homes that have the high staircases. Look how high these staircases are. But then you got these nice homes right here. Look at this house here. Look at those windows. Look at the windows on the side. Look up on the top, the big circular window. This is a nice house right here. And this will be the last nice home we see on this walk because we are getting close to the park. So this is St. Ephraim's. It's a Catholic school. So you have St. Ephraim's, and then across the street you have McKinley. So you have two schools. You have McKinley right here, and you got St. Ephraim's right here. I'm walking next to St. Ephraim's right now. Now, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the school is still, St. Ephraim's is still open. Really? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, one thing about Catholic schools here in Brooklyn, you'll find that a lot of Catholic schools, it's definitely open. I mean, they wouldn't have these welcome back signs. But a lot of the schools in Brooklyn, a lot of people know what I'm talking about. If you live in Brooklyn, you know a lot of Catholic schools have closed down over the years. And what they wind up doing is they become public schools or IS schools. I used to live next to St. Francis Cabrini. That's a school. I don't know what kind of school it is, but it looks like it's whenever I walk by, it's on Bay 11th Street. It looks like it's a public school or an intermediate school or a charter school or something like that. Got some kids walking here. What I'm going to do is point the camera away because they are small. I'll generally point the camera away if it's like really small kids, if I can. I mean, if you've ever seen some of my walks, there's times when I can't point the camera away. But if I can, I will not point the camera at kids, especially if that was like a little troop of like kindergarten kids going on a walk. All right, here we are. We're at McKinley Park. I have a lot of memories in this park. I came here as a kid. We'll walk through the park. We'll end up on this hill. We'll give a walk. So, I grew up in the Sunset Park section. I literally lived right down the block from Sunset Park before '86. And Sunset Park was a dangerous park back in the late '70s, early '80s. I mean, we went to Sunset Park, but we came here more. This was a safer park back then. That's why we used to come here a lot. And we just ride our bikes through all these little trails. And we're gonna walk through some of these trails. These are the public bathrooms. Basketball court. We used to also come in here, and as a teenager, we used to skateboard in here. This was a big hangout area right here. We used to hang out here. This is where all the skateboarders hung out in the '90s. Because we used to jump off of the, for those of you that skateboard, you know, we used to ollie off of these. We used to do a lot of ollie onto the rails, grind down. The park pretty much, I mean, it hasn't changed over the years. It still looks the same. It still looks very much the same as when I was a kid. They haven't changed anything. Maybe they upgrade the playground every once in a while, but this is the same layout since I was a little kid. So this is where Dyker Heights ends. Bay Ridge is over across the I-278. Bay Ridge Parkway is over here, so that's where we would cross. 74th Street continues on the other side of this. It's the old bocce ball court. And they used to have people playing down here. I remember as a kid, there was a large gathering of old guys who used to play down here. Eventually, they moved on to Dyker Heights, the Dyker Heights Park bocce ball courts over there on 13th Avenue. This is 7th Avenue East. There's two 7th Avenues. There's the east side and the west side. And now we're going to walk through the park. Well, we're in the park, but we're going to walk through the meat where all the trees are now. Some nice color right there. All right, so it looks like we are coming to the end of the walk. I'm looking at the timer on my screen. It says 51 minutes. So we have made it. Look at this. This tree is looks like it's had some issues over the years, but it's still standing. Looks like it lost a big part of the top. Could be possible hurricane damage. We had Hurricane Irene and then Hurricane Sandy back-to-back years, 2011, 2012. 2011 was the big wind damage hurricane. That was Irene. Irene did a lot of wind damage. We had a direct hit from both those hurricanes. That's what's crazy. Back-to-back years we had direct hits. Hurricane Irene was known for its wind damage. And then Sandy came in and was known for the flood damage, although we did have wind damage from Sandy also, but it was not known. You know, people forget about the wind because we were flooded. My neighborhood was underwater for like 3 days. We had no electricity for 4 days, no phone service. So a lot of the damage you see in these parks is leftover, you know, damage from those hurricanes. Got another tree over here that looks like it's got some war wounds. I was saying earlier, this was the park we came to when we were kids, and we didn't go to Sunset Park. We used to call this the mini Sunset Park. Because it's really very much like Sunset Park. It's smack in the middle of a couple of major roads. It has a hill in the middle, which is where we're going to finish here. A lot of trees. It doesn't have the pool, right? So Sunset Park has the pool. This doesn't have the pool, but it has a lot of trees in it. It's basically a mini version of Sunset Park. We are going to end it here. All right, so hope everyone had a good walk. I know I did. I got to get something to eat. There we go, little view of the landscape. All right, so I want to thank everybody that came along, and we will catch everyone on the next one. I am signing out. This is McKinley Park, and we will catch you on the next walk.